I woke up today and I was pretty frustrated, pretty aggravated generally at the world. And I'm realizing more and more that the reason I'm so frustrated is the society and world has become a joke to everybody, right? The President of the United States is pardoning criminals left and right, tax cheats, fraudsters, murderers. And people just point and say, oh, look what he did now. I'll go to, this one, do this one. And I go to work every day, busting my ass, 7 years of school. And I wouldn't go to 7 years of school to fool around, man. I was side hustling. I was working the deli counter. I was working in light construction, low voltage wiring. I did landscaping. I opened pools. And I was pursuing creative, artistic things, running shows. I was doing things my entire life to claw and scrape to get to a position where I'm an attorney. And as an attorney, rather than going to make a bunch of money somewhere to watch out for myself or whatever else, I went into public service. And every day I go in and I try to do the right thing for the public, the people of this state, those accused, victims, things like that. I've been doing it for 8 years now. And really 9 years. 9 years. And to see people just treat this society, our rules, our laws like a mockery is so disheartening and deflating. It can't be described on an internet video. Snatching college students off the street because they wrote something and they may have come from a different country, attacking our highest institutions of learning, and just seeing a low class, low grade, morally bankrupt group of people run things and try to impose things on us while others cheer is absurdly disheartening. And, it's all a joke. I do a lot of things on the side too, and I've been successful, right? Not only do I go to work full time as an attorney, but I have successful podcasts, two of them, sports podcasts. I have a successful photography endeavor that I'm doing now. Now I'm running photography shows and events, and worked on music albums. I mean, none of it stopped, but I've noticed that there are people in some of these spaces. I mean, there are people in the podcast world that literally sit there, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week for hours just talking in circles about a football team when football season was months ago and isn't going to happen for months from now. And I wonder, there's a whole sphere of people out there in this country that treat everything like a joke, that think this society is held together just by some fantastic force that's never going to break up, that they can just treat it like a joke, treat it like a mockery, barely contribute to society, and everything's going to be all right. But societies are fragile, and the patience of people like me who help to make it run are limited. And at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to hold this thing together with the peeling, fraying Scotch tape that it's currently held by. And to get up every day and see the nonsense that goes on out here, the nonsense that goes on at the top, the idiots and influencers who are out there making obscene amounts of money, even college kids going to play ball, making obscene amounts of money. They might burn out in one season and not even be good, but they're 18 years old making millions of dollars. And to see us all going out there grinding, hustling, trying to have real jobs, trying to do what's right, trying to hold things together and contribute in multiple of other ways and side hustles and things just to scrape together and live decently and live traditionally and live in the proper way to contribute and to be a real grown man. Grown man doesn't mean you snicker and sneer in the comment sections of the internet and make jokes about women and LGBTQ, whatever the hell you think is masculine because you say nonsense on the internet. Being a man is getting up every day, looking the part, dressing the part, and contributing to society. And I don't see enough of that. And the fact that I don't see enough of that is extremely frustrating, and it's getting old. And so every day I wake up with an anger in my belly and an aggravation. And it's getting to a fever pitch. That doesn't mean I'm going to abandon my duties or what I do or being a positive influence on people, but it certainly means that you guys, a lot of you, got to really look within yourselves and take a stand for what's right. Knock off the convenient, baby, juvenile, adolescent nonsense that's helping to create the juvenile, adolescent, low-class nonsense we're seeing all the way at the highest levels of this society. Maybe it's just the rain outside.